am streaming live on Google Plus. Go out and look up the Weekly Sports Magazine. You can go out to Facebook. Facebook Weekly Sports Mag. I'm streaming on there. Or go to my wall. I'm streaming on there. Just hit me up. You can also catch it. Now I'm streaming live. Okay. Now, as far as the audio, you can go out to google.com, not google.com, joynetradio.com, and check that out. You can also download the app, Joynet Radio, as well. The weeklysportsmagazine.com. There are so many ways you can hear what I'm saying today. And if you want to call me, I'm sorry, I'm reading. If you pay attention, it's like texting and driving. I'm texting and doing a radio show. If you want to call me, 855-525-5683. The lines are open. So I will tell you, coming up, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Greg Pogue about 8:20 will recap the finals and some other things, just a mishmash, a potpourri of a lot of different things. We'll also talk to Tim Swift about 8:50. He is our college basketball analyst. We'll talk to him a little bit as well, get some insights and things of that nature. About 9 o'clock, we've got Colin Leslie. We're going to talk some draft today. I've been promising it. We've got about 17 days to go before the draft, the NFL draft. Look, I need to say the NFL draft. I mean, you know what it is, right? You know it's the NFL draft. So when I say the draft, okay, I'm going to say the draft. You don't know what I'm talking about, go stick your head in the sand. I don't know. But we're going to talk to Colin Leslie. He is the owner of the Great Blue North Draft Report. Been talking to Colin for years. I remember when this website was in its infancy, and now it has really blossomed. Has a lot of great information. So we're gonna recap and talk a little bit about the draft and see what's going on. Ezekiel Elliott's top running back. Could he be the first running back taken in the top 10 in a long time? I know what people say about running backs, but I think that's becoming, that argument is not really making any sense anymore. I don't know. We'll just have to see about that. Okay. Well, so we'll talk to Colin Leslie. The website is the Great Blue North Draft Report. Colin is coming out of, I think he's still in Canada. And by the way, he is a Giants fan. So we'll talk to him as well. A lot of the people up in that area, even in Southern Canada, are big NFL fans. And many of them are Giant fans right in the area. I think Colin is coming out of Calgary, I believe. Anyway, we'll talk to Colin. We'll talk to him as well. Let's see who else we've got. Oh, and we're going to try to get Larry Ridley about 9:30, 9:25, 9:30, as we do every Saturday. I know he's in the middle of his move to New York. I'm not sure if it's complete as of yet. So if we can, we will talk to him today because there's this little thing called a record that's people are looking at with with Golden State. Will they make it? They got 3 games to go. They beat San Antonio the other night. They got San Antonio again Sunday night in San Antonio. I'll check the scores. We'll talk about that here in a moment. I know they got Memphis, San Antonio, and Memphis, if I remember, to wrap up the season. So they've got to win all 3 in order to break the record. To tie it, they just need to win 2 out of 3, if I remember my math correctly. All right. So I'll check the scores here in just a moment. So we'll certainly talk to Larry Ridley about what's going on in San Antonio. Plus, coming up in the next segment, we've got a lot of headlines for you also. So stick and stay. Don't go away with that. Just a lot of good stuff coming at you here in just a moment. Oh, by the way, I hadn't told you, as I do every Saturday, what I tell you to do. Roll over, pinch your honey bunch on the button, and say, hey, Dave Coleman's on there. You want to listen? You never know, you might say yeah. She might say yeah. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. You are listening to the Weekly Sports Magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
InStyle Menswear and Accessories located at McCain Mall in North Little Rock.
InStyle Menswear and Accessories?
That's right. They've got a suit special going on right now for $159.99. It includes a suit, shoes, socks, tie, and shirt for $159.99. By the way, did I say alterations are included? InStyle Menswear and Accessories keeps you looking good for the ladies, and it won't break your budget. From casual to classy, get to InStyle Menswear and Accessories. And don't forget to ask about the $159.99 suit special. That's InStyle Menswear and Accessories, located at McCain Mall in North Little Rock.
Hey, InStyle has you looking really good. Here's my number. Call me.
Dynamic Dating for JoinetRadio.com. I'm inviting all small businesses to contact me at 855-525-5683 and let Joinet Radio set up an advertising package specifically designed with your business in mind. This is a great opportunity for small businesses to get your products on the air. You want to get the word out about a new business? Joinet Radio is for you. You want to advertise your event or social gathering? Joinet Radio is for you. You preach or teach, do it right here on JoinetRadio.com. Call me, Dynamic Dave, at 855-525-5683 or go to JoinetRadio.com and review our great lineup of shows. Let's help each other and let's get your products in the hands of consumers across the country. Call me, Dynamic Dave, at JoinetRadio.com at 855-525-5683. I'll talk to you soon. David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Rip Rub and Rip Nut. Go to riprub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com right now. And stock up on the best dry marinades for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats. 3 great flavors: hot, spicy, original, and scorching. Try them at the next cookout and you'll shout, baking, grilling, shaking, oh yeah! Only one place to get those Dynamic products. That's riprub.com. Easy to order, and I'll ship direct to you or to friends and family anywhere in the United States. While on the site, be sure to check out the other great items, especially the rib nuts. Who would have thought it? Peanuts sauteed in a barbecue marinade? That's just crazy good. Get them at riprub.com right now, along with other great recipes. That's riprub.com. If you don't like my rib rub or rib nuts, I'll give you money back. Do it today. That's Coleman's Dynamic Products at riprub.com. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah. Welcome back to the Weekly Sports Magazine. Yes, I am Dynamic Dave, and yeah, we play the best pop music in the universe. We're featuring the Godfather of Soul today, James Brown. We're gonna start it off with a little hot pants. Come on, let's get some of that. Smoking now. You know what? There are a lot of guys that get duplicated, imitated. This is one guy you can't do either. It was truly one of a kind. The Godfather of Soul, James Brown. Let's get a little bit more of that. Come on, come on. Yeah. The girl over there with those hot pants on. Welcome back to the Weekly Sports Magazine. You want to call me 855-525-5683. That's the number. That's how you get in touch with me. We'll be featuring James Brown all morning long. He is our feature artist for the Weekly Sports Magazine this week. Let's look at some headlines today. Okay. Well, one thing we didn't mention last segment is the Masters is going on. I know there are a lot of golfers There are a lot of people who love the golf. It's that time of the year, and the Masters typically kick it off for the first of 4 majors. Right now in the clubhouse, Jordan Spieth, after 2 rounds, is leading with a 4 under. Rory McIlroy is at 3 under. Lee and Piercy 2 under. Let's see, Matsuyama and Brent Snedeker at 1 under. And that's your top, 7 right there. Spieth is scheduled to kick off, or tee off, I should say, around 2:50 p.m. this afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on that. That'll be a nice weekend. Right now, I was reading some reports last week, and I'm just going down and looking at some of the names. Of course, Sergio Garcia was in the top 5 yesterday. I don't think he'll ever win a major again. Well, I don't think he's even won one. You got Johnson at he's tied for 8th. It's you just don't see those big names. Of course, Jordan Spieth is still there. By the way, Phil Mickelson missed the cut yesterday, along with Ricky Fowler, if I remember correctly. So tough weekend for Phil, and he's probably on his last leg as well. Golf is struggling, folks. So don't be fooled. Those of you out there who were so thrilled that Tiger Woods was done, well, the ratings are down and the purses are down, and all of that can be attributed to Tiger Woods. So, and right now, Tiger will not get back anytime soon. I'm sure golf would love to at least get him back on the tour, but he's still recuperating from the back. So we'll keep you, as we go, we'll get about 2 hours, and we'll update you later on in the show as far as the leaderboard is concerned for those who may have teed off earlier this morning. Okay. Some other news that are going on in the sports world. It looks like the Dallas Cowboys are among 3 other teams who are hoping to talk the Titans into swapping that trade. Now, the other 3 teams, the Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and the New York Jets. The New York Jets, in all likelihood, would be the least of them because they are currently sitting at number 20. So in order, they would have to move up a lot and give up a lot. So that's not feasible. At least that's what people are looking at, but you never know. You look at what John Robinson has said, the Titans GM. He has said you're going to have to back up a Brinks truck. I don't think the Jets have a Brinks truck to be given away this year that's going to benefit the Titans. The Cowboys, though, are sitting at number 4, San Francisco at number 7, and Philadelphia at number 8. So certainly the Titans can move back a little bit, get some more draft picks, which I think they should, because, they don't need another offensive tackle. They don't need a quarterback. You're not going to draft a running back there. And if you're talking about drafting a cornerback, then that hasn't been done in 50 years at the first pick. So if I'm the Titans, I listen to Cowboys, I listen to San Francisco, and I listen to Philadelphia. I think because the Cowboys are coveting Jalen Ramsey, the other 2 teams want quarterbacks. So what have you done for me lately, or what can you offer me? I guess that's the question. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll talk a little bit about that this morning. We've got Colin Lindsley coming up at 9 o'clock to talk NFL draft here in a little bit. Let's see some of the other things that are going on. If you get a chance, I'm not going to get into it, but go out and read the suit about Nerlens Noel and how he kept the property that he was living in Philadelphia. It's kind of disgusting, to say the least. It really is. Oh, by the way, Buddy Hield, we'll get into this as well. Buddy Hield has won the Wooden Award over Donnell Valentine. These 2 have been going back and forth for award wins this whole postseason. So here are the 6 traditional awards: Associated Press, Valentine won it. The Naismith Award, Heald, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, Valentine, Oscar Robertson Award, Heald, Sporting News, and Wooden Award, all Heald. Player of the Year in mainstream outlets, CBS, Heald, NBC, USA Today, and Sports Illustrated all gave it to Darnell Valentine. So they've been going back and forth with awards. And we'll get into this a little bit more. The NCAA has banned satellite football camps. If you don't recall, our boy Jim Harbaugh, which is probably one of the worst interviews in America, he's been coming to Southeastern Conference territory to hold football camps. He's also had workouts at different facilities and brought he basically took Michigan spring break, the football team spring break, and brought them to Florida to practice. And what he's doing is he's using it as a recruiting tool. That's his whole goal, is to try to get some inroads here in the SEC in this fertile ground that's down here. Well, that's been banned by the NCAA. Because here's the difference. Look, if I'm an SEC school, do I want to go to Michigan to hold a camp? Do I? I don't think so. So that's been banned, and I think it's good. I think Harbaugh and even Myers had been doing it as well. Urban Meyer has been doing it. I think it's James Franklin, by the way, when he left Vanderbilt and went to Penn State. He actually kind of started that little thing because he knew how fertile it was while he coached in the SEC. And the only way he could really win was to pull more people to Penn State from the SEC. So that's been banned. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I thought that was pretty interesting for them to do that. You can't blame Harbaugh for thinking outside the box. That's for sure. And that is what you call thinking outside the box. But with the clout that the SC has in college football, you kind of knew that was going to get squelched here real soon. You kind of knew that was going to happen. Didn't you? Well, I did. When we come back, we'll talk to my good buddy Greg Pogue from Nashville, Tennessee, and WNSR Radio. You're listening to the Weekly Sports Magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
In style with InStyle menswear and accessories. Located in McCain Mall. We got fashion accessories that won't break your budget. Come to InStyle's menswear and accessories and get suits, shirts, tie, socks, and shoes with alterations included for just $159.99. That's right, $159.99. Dress for success. Dress to impress. That's InStyle menswear and accessories, located in McCain Mall. From casual to classy, InStyle menswear and accessories is your men's store. Get to InStyle menswear and accessories and ask for the $159.99 suit special. Step out in style with InStyle menswear and accessories at McCain Mall in North Little Rock. If you could have a young father in college, how much money would you be willing to give? $50, $100, $500 maybe? How about just $10? Hi, my name is David W. Coleman, and in conjunction with a Father's Family Affair, we launched the 100 or 10 to 1K scholarship campaign. We need 100 people to donate $10 to assist the young father with college tuition. Just $10. Go to fathersfamilyaffair.com now to make a tax-deductible donation. Your small tax-deductible gift of $10 can make the difference in a young father furthering his education as opposed to a minimum wage job. Your $10 can make the difference in a young father dropping out or completing his degree for him and his family. Please give to the 100 for 10 to 1K scholarship campaign today. It's just $10. Make that tax-deductible donation at fathersfamilyaffair.com right now. LeBron James is the greatest player we've seen this generation. You have to be careful when you start saying, and so he went to get his Bible, but he went to get his man, every generation you begin to sound like that old man that lives down the street, and every time you walk on his yard, or you walk by his yard, he's on the porch, and he got that little purple figure, he's like, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for the Weekly Sports Magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
Get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know. Like a sex machine, man. Doing it, you know. I can't turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up, get on the scene, get on up, like a sex machine, get on up, get up, get on up, get up, get on up, get on the scene, get on up, like a sex machine, get on up, get up, get on up.
It's the Weekly Sports Magazine, and this week we're featuring the godfather of soul, James Brown, as our featured artist for the week. And on the line with me, we've got our good friend Greg Poe. He joins us every Saturday morning. Greg, bob your head a little bit, shake it like you just don't care.
They better than me, yeah.
No, I saw him last night. He was hanging out on the river, relaxing. Well, thanks for joining us as always, Greg. Just quickly, let's look back on Monday night. What were your thoughts about Villanova? And I know you're a big Jay Wright fan. Just talk a little bit about that game and its historical significance.
Well, I mean, you know, how many walk-offs have there been? I mean, when you look at what Chris Jenkins did, and even, you know, the shot before that, you know, the double clutch three-pointer by North Carolina, you know, for that amazing comeback, really, they looked like they were dead in the water with about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go. But yeah, I mean, you go back to history, and you know, you think Lorenzo Charles, that was a walk-off on a missed shot. You know, Michael Jordan's shot, but it wasn't a walk-off game winner at the buzzer. It was Keith Smart's. It was a game-winning shot. But yeah, I mean, as far as just the magnitude of the event, Villanova, it isn't the biggest surprise, obviously, when they beat Georgetown. You know, in Rupp Arena back in the mid-'80s for the national championship. You know, but it was one for the ages. You know, 20, 30 years from now, we'll be still seeing that last sequence between North Carolina where they tied it and Chris Jenkins was the winner. It was instant classic, no doubt.
Yeah, I thought it was fascinating. It was 31 years ago this past weekend that Villanova and Riley Mossel, you know, upset the Georgetown team. You look at this game, and certainly we get caught up in the moment quite often. And I think that the word great is overused too much. But in this particular instance, when you look at the overall tournament, and you look at, although the semifinal games were duds, but when you look at the overall tournament, the upsets, and then, of course, that great finals game, which I think will go down in history as one of the best, if not the best. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the 2 semifinal games, especially going over just, you know, steamrolling Oklahoma and then North Carolina, you know, pulling away Syracuse. And so the semifinals wasn't very little drama at all. But every year you create, even here in our Middle Tennessee, Nashville area, with what Middle Tennessee did, beating Michigan State, that's going to live forever with them. They're riding that wave right now. Just for them individually, that school, maybe it's one of its biggest athletic accomplishments ever, really, on that stage. And so, yeah, there's nothing for 3 weeks. There's nothing like, you know, the NCAA tournament where you have 68 different schools, 68 different fan bases. There's no other sport that can tell you that in the United States. And so it's easily, you know, my favorite sport, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's certainly mine, and the excitement. You talk about Middle Tennessee State. Well, you've got Little Rock Trojans riding that same wave with their upset as well. And I think when those things happen, it does nothing more than bring more fans into the Big Ten, which is NCAA basketball, which has been just a fantastic tournament. Talk a little bit about, well, it looks like Skylar Labissiere is going pro. And, you know, did I look at a list and I saw
4 or 5 Kentucky players. Is this just the end thing to do for Kentucky nowadays?
Well, with John Calipari, just you can put your name in and pull it back out. In June, I think the deadline to put it in April 25th. But he did every Kentucky player, even the ones that can't spell NBA or ever get a sniff of it. His entire roster split in.
That's what I thought. I thought I was seeing things. I said, this has got to be a misprint.
No, he and his entire roster declared for the draft.
Wow. Okay. So I think of all the freshmen.
Making a bit of a mockery of it a little bit, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I mean, obviously, only 3 or 4 of them, are there. But, with BCA, I mean, he's still got a lot of, obviously, weight and strength, but he's still going to be a top 10, 15 pick. So, get that clock rolling because it's the second contract that they make their money on.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And of course, it's guaranteed money. I'm telling all parents now, you should stop your kids from playing football. You need to go basketball or baseball. It'll pay off. I hate to say it, but that's what's happening. Speaking of football, let's talk a little bit about the Tennessee Titans. You've got about 18 days to go before the NFL draft. And I imagine the heat is being turned up a little bit on the GM up there to do something about that trade. I'm going to be honest with you, Greg. I don't think the Titans are going to keep that trade. I think they're going to, that pick, I think they're going to trade it.
Well, they got to have a dance partner. And anybody who wants to do that has to be in love with Wentz. The quarterback is easily the best of the bunch. And so whoever it is, that the Eagles, they'll jump up to number 1. Cleveland is number 2 to take a quarterback. So who's going to want to jump that way? I've heard the Rams at 15, and they're going to give up. They're not going to get how far back do you want to fall? You want to fall to the Eagles? And then it doesn't matter how many picks you have. I'm not necessarily convinced they're going to trade it. I'm not at all. I think they're going to be Tunsil and also Jalen Ramsey, Nashville kid, obviously Florida State defensive back with Dick LeBeau's defense and what he did. Although they're not physically the same kind of players, but their versatility they certainly are. With what Dick LeBeau did all those years with Troy Polamalu, lining him up in so many different ways to impact the defense. That's what Jalen Ramsey can do. He's just got a cover corner. He can play safety. He can play nickel. He can the slot. He's wherever your best man goes, he's going to go. So it's not. I mean, there's 2 picks right there. Now Tunsil, you can trade out. I know they got the other lineman at Notre Dame. He's graded almost there. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I mean, they're not going to give up that number 1 pick and drop back into the middle of the draft because there's no impact player there like a Tunsil or a Ramsey or even a Joey Bosa.
Well, if you think about it from that perspective, though, if someone can bring them, because I think everybody looks at the model of Belichick, and they're not afraid to trade anybody in order to stockpile free agents and draft picks. If someone can come to them and say, hey, look, we can offer you this player, plus extra draft picks, I can see that happening. I mean, you never say no.
I think too. The new general manager, John Robinson, of course, he comes from that Belichick, that
right.
Kind of philosophy because he was there for 12 years. But on the world coming to number 2 guy in Tampa Bay the last 2 years. He was there at 12 with New England. So he's learned that. I just know, I don't know how the Titans feel. They got really good free agents. They got a quarterback. They pick up DeMarco Murray in an amazing trade. So I don't they want the impact player to sort of push them over, but they filled in pretty nicely. And go and get they already got a left tackle.
Right.
He was like the 11th player taken in the draft 2 years ago, and he's got 2 years in. So yeah, I'm convinced that they make Jalen Ramsey the first defensive back to be a number 1 overall pick. So, yeah, it's I can see you can convince me on any of the 3, a trade, a Tunsil, or a Rams.
One other aspect of that, and looking at this year's draft, I think many would, and I was watching the Pro Football Live show this morning, Pro Football Talk Live show this morning, and it's fascinating how
they are so down on the quarterbacks that are in the draft right now. Even a Paxton Lynch from Memphis, who is a one-read, take-off run quarterback. There was another quarterback that they were talking about how small his hands was in order to grip the football. For the first time, I think the best guy in the draft might be the running back from Ohio State, Ezekiel Elliott. Could we see maybe the Titans, because the Titans could use it. I know DeMarco Murray's there, but long term, if they can move back and still get someone like Ezekiel Elliott, I think that would be a good pickup. What are your thoughts on that?
You and your running back, we've had this conversation. Running back nowhere near the commodity that they were 10, 12, 14 years ago. I mean that wasn't, it's just not, it's this offense these days. You've got two good backs, you're good. No, there's no way a running back is in the mix with Mike at all. And Elliott is the best of the bunch, but I mean, he's running back is not an option. They got their running back for the next few years in the Marco Parker.
We're talking to Greg Pogue from WNSR Radio in Nashville, Tennessee. Greg, before we let you go, just quickly, I believe Vanderbilt have they settled on the coach? Has all the I's been dotted and T's been crossed?
Yeah, but through Valparaiso, it's a really good hire, 41 years old. Of course, hit me one of the great shots in NCAA history in '98 to beat Ole Miss. Everybody remembers that. Sweet 16, played in the NBA for 6 years. Of course, the Homer Drew, the coaching tree there, his brother, Scott is the head coach at Baylor. So, I think it's pretty much a unanimous. Everybody thinks it's a thumbs up. A young coach, a proven head coach, understands the Vanderbilt way in a lot of ways. It's great that English. So, I think in my mind, I haven't heard anybody think it's a bad time. Well, it's mostly enthusiastic thumbs up.
Will that help the SEC overall as far as its basketball?
Well, I mean, it's got some coaches in there in the last few years. I mean, you look at, Howard and Mississippi State, Avery Johnson at Alabama. They just got to go get talent, and then they got to beat people. I mean, they only had 3 teams to get in this last year. The SEC right now, basketball-wise, is as good as it's quite frankly not as good. It's take away Kentucky. It's as weak as it's ever been.
Yeah.
Arkansas should be that next conversation, Kentucky, Arkansas, and because of tradition and everything. And I know you guys are having that discussion, though, in Arkansas now about Mike Anderson. But the SEC is as weak as it's been basketball-wise, except for Kentucky.
No doubt about that. Hey, Greg, thanks for joining us. Always tell the listeners how they can get you later on. And, of course, mention your jazz show.
Well, you can go to Acme Radio.
Tim Swift, a college basketball analyst. We'll talk to him and see what's going on with him, and we'll put some more bows on the college basketball. And about 9 o'clock, we're going to go up to Canada. Oh, Canada! And talk to my good friend, Colin Lindsay, do football up there too. The Great North Draft Report. Got some good insight on that. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to the Weekly Sports Magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
Remember what happened last year?
Yeah, Grant's not great tonight.
Yeah, getting starved to death in the process.
What are you talking about? There was plenty of food.
That food that didn't even taste good. Somebody needs to teach that stuff, family, how to barbecue. Did you see them folks
That would be only right to indulge.
Hey fans, what? You haven't tried Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub? It's great for meats, veggies, and snacks. Let your fingers do the walking and log on to ribrub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. Then let your mouth do the talking about great recipes and gift ideas. Then you too can bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Ken Martin, Senior Pastor of the Great Archview Baptist Church, and I'm listening to the weekly sports page with the dynamic David Coleman.
I know what you're thinking. You must you take lots of some yummy, jerk chicken. Look at that. What about some delicious chicken spaghetti, roasts, and jerk flavored ribs? I almost forgot. The freshly prepared onions salads make you feel hungry. If that happens, one of my master jerkies, I don't know what else will. Jerkies, the Rock Sunday Medical Restaurant, located at 105 Roosevelt Street, open every Tuesday through Sunday from 11 to 6 p.m. Jerkies, it's a spicy favorite of mine.
Hi, I'm Hansel Harris from Hansel'sCookingVegan.com. I want to personally invite you to visit my website. To change your diet, to change your life. There's an old saying that we are what we eat, and if you're suffering from various maladies, a slight change in your diet may be just what the doctor ordered. At Hansel'sCookingVegan.com, we can set up consultations to get you going in the right direction. Let me design a meal plan specifically with you in mind. Get insight on alternative recipes that are easy to prepare and taste great. Learn to read food labels to know what you're really eating. Remember, that's Hansel's, COOKNVEGN.com for more information, or just call me at 310-849-9778. That's Hansel'sCookingVegan.com.
Listen, did you miss Dr. Ernest Deal?